Around how much do you think properties would be in Guatemala and Tulum and Colombia?
Well, Tulum, I know if I can remember. I was just looking at there back in June or May last year. And the thing about Tulum is that I think it's high risk, high reward. Have you been to Tulum?
Yeah, many times.
Okay. I've been once and just for a few days, but my initial impression was that it's high risk, high reward. There's a lot of positives, but there's also a lot of negatives. And they're charging, so Tulum, you get great quality, like the restaurants and everything, great quality, but they're also charging for that. It's US prices. It's like Las Vegas prices, I would call it. It's very, very expensive.
Yeah.
So that could be good or bad. On one hand, if you're charging that much, you're basically catering to a market that doesn't, recessions don't really affect them so much. On the other hand, there's a lot of hype around Tulum. And so a lot of people are going there and creating demand that might not have the money. They're just going there on their one or twice a year vacation because they've heard about it and all this, they've heard the fan for the hype.
The video will be back shortly, but I promised Reishi and Luna they could say something.
That can be affected by any kind of like a market downturn. And because there's so much going into Tulum with so much hope for its future, that there is a risk there. I'm not saying it's a bad investment. I looked there and the best thing I saw was you can invest in hotels, existing hotels with a reputation, and you can buy like a hotel room basically, and they'll manage it for you. Your return is a little bit less, but it's passive because this is a professional hotel operation. There was a few of those available. And you know
good ones, like names or no?
Let me see if I can. I mean, this was like 6 months ago, so it could be different. But I don't know names off the top of my head. But the nice thing about Tulum is that you can see very clearly what you're going to make. The hotel that I was looking at, they already had a hotel. And so I could look at their occupancy, their historical occupancy, and I could gauge pretty clearly what I'm going to make. The big thing you want to pay attention to in Tulum is you really want to do market research there to see if you think it's sustainable and you think they're going to keep growing. There's at least 2 gangs there. Gangs run Mexico. I'm sure you probably know that. The police and gangs, it's a similar organization.
That's a really good point. Like, to see if it will keep growing and if it's sustainable, that's where I want to invest.